It has been brought to my attention that I have quite a lot of books. Lies! I've held these up and now I can't reach the camera. Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sinead and this is my spooky corner of YouTube. And today I am unhauling a lot of the books that I own. Not all of them, even it's not actually going to turn out to be a large fraction. I have added so many beautiful new books to my TBR that there has to be room for more. Also, one of my most requested videos is to do a full bookshelf tour, a tour of my little library. But then every time I try to start the video, I go into, well, I need to clean the shelves and I maybe need to reorganize the shelves so they look their best. So I better take the books off the shelf, but then I need to go through all of those and then make sure that those are the ones I want to keep. But do I actually really want to keep them, or do I want to throw them away? And do I want to take them to the charity shop? And do I sell them? And then do I rearrange the books after I've done that? And do I rearrange the shelves after I've rearranged the books? And then I ate the cat that killed the rat that lived in a house that I bought. You see what I mean? Today I am on the floor of my office. I am just sitting here. The lighting is adjusted. I've pulled the curtains so we try and get some sort of balance, but I'm going to go through them book by book and I'm going to make decisions on keep or get rid of. Some of them I feel pretty certain about, and maybe some of you can jump into the comments if there's anything I keep where you go, no, you must get rid of, or if I have thrown away a gem in your opinion. I'm going to go through my physical TBR, which is double stacked behind me. The ones that you see right here, they're staying because they're brand new, but I need to make room for them. I've got old books that I've kept for so long and I know I'm just not going to read anymore, or I've read them and they were fine and I don't really feel the need to keep them, or ones that I am just never going to get round to ever again. This means I can then do a bit of a rearrangement of some of my bookshelves because I've had this set up for a little while, and then I can bring you a bookshelf tour that I can be proud of. My office, my library is actually very small, which is why the camera's quite close relatively, that I can't show you with the piles all around me, because my desk takes up half the room and I've got lights and I've got equipment all in here that I have to constantly maneuver around. But when I do a proper tour of the office, it will look spotlessly clean and beautiful and pristine. You'll wonder, how does she manage in such a lovely, tidy, organized space? I don't. So here I am sitting, here is the pile, here is the stack around me, here is my huge light, don't be blinded. This is my office, there I am in the camera. There's my ring light, my beautiful picture wall, which I will take you through one day. And here's all the other pile. There's my shoes, there's my Diet Coke, there's the big bag, there's a cat bed, there's my guitar. This is an appalling shot because I'm going to show you this properly. But here are the shelves that you guys don't really see. This is sort of gaming, this is all my esoteric, and my classics up there. But I want to make better room for them. Ooh, no feet pics for free. Okay, I'm ready. I have my Diet Coke. I've got my little fan on because I'm wearing a big old thick autumnal sweater and it's actually quite warm outside. Hair scraped back. Face, I actually ended up doing a face of makeup. I always go, oh my God, I'll go makeup free on this. And then I go, no. Fun behind the scenes fact, I have my powder here, and midway through a lot of these videos, I am desperately powdering to try and get the sweat and the shine off my face. People don't tell you that on YouTube, but this is what we're doing constantly to try and maintain this idea of we're not hyperactive, panicking messes. My library's pretty small in comparison to those that you see maybe on other bookish accounts, and fair play to people who are building a huge library. You're never alone if you're surrounded by books. I, through my life, have gone through massive unhauls. I do this every now and then, just get rid of books and just like, I've read it, I don't want it anymore, I need to get it out of my life. But these days I am trying to curate and keep a library of really good books that I can reference, that I can go back to, and that I may read again and can lend to friends. So now is the time where I need to be, the ruthless side of me needs to come out and go, you know what, you need room for more books. These are the books that I have pulled off the tidy shelves, that were the tidy shelves, that have been up there for a while, and I have looked at them again and gone, so I've immediately taken them down so I can make a judgment. The books around me are a mixture of fiction and non-fiction, so there may be some interesting titles that you'll see in here that you may want to look up yourself. The principle is, will I ever read it? Will I ever return to it? Will I ever wish to return to it? Or could I gift it? Whatever I don't keep is probably going to a charity shop. I prefer to give my books to charity. Where I live, the city where I live, has some wonderful charity shops, but there's all sorts of good organizations that ship books around the world. Okay, let's get started. Right, first one, Dangerous by S.E. Fox. I received an advance copy of this year. This is a Lord Byron mystery. This is a good book. It's interesting historical fiction. I can say off the bat, I think I'm going to donate this. No, I'm definitely going to donate this. This is going in the donate pile. It was a good book. I think it was interesting. I think others would enjoy it. It was fine for me, and I've no great desire to keep it. Even though it's got great vibes, I need the shelf space. One down, woo! Ooh, from my TBR, this is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. This is a hard copy. Now, Ava Reid, beloved writer. I have dipped into her works and I don't think they're for me. I did dip into this. I didn't feel great about the story. That's just me. This was not my cup of tea. A beloved author and a really beautiful copy. So this can go to a charity shop and someone can pick this up for a bargain and love it. Oh, this one's difficult because I've kept this on my shelf for a while. This is Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis, excuse me. So this is a vampire story set in Prague and it's all around the lamplighters on the bridge, on the, I can't remember the name of the bridge. I've been there, I've stood there. But it's a ghost story, it's spooky, it's vampiric. I started it and I couldn't really get into it. Again, where I felt like, ooh, is this book for me? Do I love it? I've kept it on my shelf because of the vibes. Am I ever going to read it? No. I think I would have by now. Maybe pile just over there. It's fine. Oh, one that is definitely going to the charity shop because I've read it and I did not like it and it is a popular book. Or are people going to yell at me? Strange Sally Diamond. It's about a woman who has lived an incredibly sheltered life and her father told her when he died, put his body out with the rubbish, and that's what she did. And that, of course, sparks this incredible furore of why would she do this and who is this girl? The idea, the basis of this book is strong as a thriller at first when you're wondering what the backstory is from her, and this is intertwined with the story of child abduction, and you're wondering how the two stories will get together. It started so well, it absolutely fell off a cliff for me. I did not like the way it ended. I was very unsettled with the direction it took, and not in an unsettled, ooh, that's good way, more of a, what? It will go to the charity shop from whence it came. I got some hard copy books from Orenda Books, lovely publisher, really, really sweet. When I first started doing book talk videos, they reached out to me. But some of the books they sent I don't think are necessarily for me. One is The Bleeding. This is a kind of a historical fiction that sounds interesting. It's got a triple timeline about, and it's set in the Belle Epoque, and it's in post-war Quebec. And it's sort of a series of macabre, historical, black magic, murder, secret societies and spiritualism. It sounds amazing. I did dip into it and I was like, I'm not compelled to carry on with this story. So this is going to the charity shop. The same author wrote Yule Island, which is a seasonal thriller actually set on a place called Yule Island, and this feels like Nordic noir, and I've kept it I think for about 2 years with the intention of reading it at Christmas or in the dead of winter. And I'm still going to keep it. If I don't read it this winter, out it goes. We're doing okay. This one does sound intriguing. This was The Quick and the Dead, and this was out in January 2025, so it's out now. Emma Hines, who wrote The Knowing, which is a very interesting story of mediumship, and it was a queer story. This one is set in 1597, which is just a great time period. It's about a girl who is a cutpurse, so as a pickpocket, a thief, teams up with a brawler. There's a gang in Southwark. Oh, there's an alchemist. Oh, why haven't I read this? Do I? Maybe. This is a really nice hard copy, and again, I think people will happily get it from a charity shop because I'm pretty sure I'm donating it. It's in these hallowed halls. This is a compendium of dark academia short stories, and I have come to accept that dark academia and me have a very, very difficult relationship. The majority of stories that I read of dark academia, the books that I have got into, I'm too annoyed with all of the students. I am too annoyed at, there is too much teenage drama, there's too much young adult drama, and not enough books, and not enough academia, and not enough darkness, in my opinion. And I'm still searching for the perfect book. I got this copy and I thought, you know what, I'll try the short stories. Dove into some of them and went, no. And it's very much a me problem. So a beautiful hard copy, that will go to the charity shop. A sentimental book, really, in terms of my booktubing, book content creating journey. This is Hell and Death by Oscar Jensen. And this book, I ended up doing my first proper campaign on. I was reached out to by the publishers and they said, we did a joint project. I did a special video for them. I interviewed the author and I've kept this book, and it is a really cute, nice mystery. It's a murder mystery. It's with very privileged people in it, and that very much comes across in the text, I think. But it's an interesting twist on a locked room mystery and a big country house with lots of privileged friends with secrets in there. I think I am going to keep it as a little keepsake, as a reminder. Ooh, very highly praised book that I didn't like. at all, I think. White is for witching. This is a story of witchcraft, a story of families, a story of mysteries of disappearance. It was an interesting twist and take on witchcraft. I felt that this book was trying to be beloved by Toni Morrison in terms of its language and its style. I don't think it was terribly well executed, even for such a poetic book, and I admired some of the poetry in it. It just wasn't for me. So this is going. Quickly, some non-fiction books, just out of interest, because I've read these, because I've delved into them, and I think it's time to pass them on. I do have a lot of theatre books because people buy them for me because of my love of Shakespeare and my love of Amdram. So there was this book, Hamlet Globe to Globe. This was all about staging Hamlet around the world. Interesting book. It was nice to delve into. Wasn't world-beating. I think I've gotten everything I need out of it, so this is going. This book, Stage Blood, is about the early years of the National Theatre in London and the fights and the tempestuous fights that went on behind the scenes of trying to get it up and running, including with Olivier, including with Peter Hall and so forth. An interesting book, not brilliant in my opinion, for no other reason that the writing style, I think it was a little bit caught up in itself, in its own importance perhaps in places, but there's some interesting stories in there. I've gotten all I need out of it. Away it goes. I have a lot of history books that I use for research for my podcast, The Poisoner's Cabinet. I order all manner of strange, weird books on weird periods of history. I ordered this. I had such promise for it. It took so long to arrive. This was Shapely Ankle Preferred. And this is a book about the history of Lonely Hearts ads from 1695 to 2010. I was hoping this would have more examples and more excerpts of Lonely Hearts ads, where it was more a piece about them and writing the background around them. And that wasn't what I needed from the book. But an interesting one. It's a rare edition, so I'll see who wants this one. This is a good one. The Curse of the Mummy. This was a book I got last year while researching the Curse of the Mummy, the Mummy's Curse, the Curse of the Valley of the Kings. Delving into the history there. This was all about the uncovering Tutankhamun's tomb and the alleged curse around it. This book is fine. It's a very light touch take on it. I don't think there was anything I got out of this book that I couldn't find in the many, many articles online and some of the other books I've got in ancient Egypt. But it was fine. It was fun, and it's a good introduction to the curse, to the story, with a little bit of embellishment in there if you like it juicy. The story of the curse, great story. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. There is no curse. There is no curse. Go listen to the Poisoner's Cabinet episode on the Curse of the Mummy if you want to know more. We're doing well. Apologies if the lighting jumps all over the place in here because obviously I'm just crouching down and trying to make this work. Ghostland, this is one man's exploration of haunted landscapes following a lot of grief in his life. An interesting memoir, read bits of it. It was fine. It was okay, but that's going. Dark Skies, this was gifted to me and I am going to re-gift it because it is lovely. This is one person's memoir, Tiffany Francis Baker's memoir about her exploring different dark skies around the world. I personally love astronomy. This is very much a personal experience of one person's journey for the dark skies, and it just didn't hook me. I think this is very nice, and anyone who's interested, you know, check out this book. Very pretty cover though, very pretty cover. Some people will recognize this cover and this style immediately. This is one of the many, many, many short story collections that comes from the British Library. And this is the Tales of the Weird sort of series. This one is seasonal hauntings, so Christmas hauntings, stories of Christmas horror. I had a run where everyone was getting me these books. Everyone was getting these collections from the British Library for me. And I had so many of them. And they're fine. They're fine. A lot of them are padded out with older stories that you wouldn't have heard of that aren't great. That aren't great. I have read a fair few of these stories in here. They're okay. I think I've kept it for so long because one was very good, and that's Lucky's Grove by H. Russell Wakefield, and that was written in 1940. Lucky's Grove was it was right at the end, the most recent story. Ooh dear, this has got a dirty cover, but a while ago I picked up this collection that was created by English Heritage, 8 Ghosts. These are 8 ghost stories set that were written by new authors. So you have stories in there by Sarah Perry, you've got Andrew Michael Hurley, you've got Jeanette Winterson, other authors in there as well. But each author was given a location, an English heritage location, and were asked to write a ghost story about that location. I've read all of them. I don't think I'll revisit them. Interesting gimmick. I'm done. I am known to enjoy a beverage, a cocktail, and that I do a podcast that is all about weird history and cocktails. I often get a lot of these quirky kind of cocktail books given to me, or kind of cutesy sort of old recipes and stories from history, and I've had so many of them over the years, and unfortunately many of them I have regifted because they're gimmicky. They're sort of, we've got a gimmick, let's put together some recipes that generally aren't very good for cocktails, a couple of stories that aren't very insightful, but I keep getting them, goddammit. Quackery, a brief history of worst ways to cure everything. I'm keeping this one. This has actually got good material in here, so I'm going to keep this. The Drunken Botanist. So this is all cocktails, and it is references to different, to botany. So it's got an A to Z of all of the different botanicals that make up alcohol, that can make up cocktails. And it's interesting, I just have quite a few books that are like this, but this is a really cute one, the Drunken Botanist. I think I've gotten everything that I can out of it. Given that I've got so much material, something has to go. Okay, this one, All the Gin Joints. This is actually alcohol through the history of Hollywood, which now I've taken it off the shelf sounds really interesting. They're mainly stories around alcohol and celebrity, so it's quite gossipy. It's fine. I'm going to donate this. I don't think I'll get a huge amount of material for kind of crime stories out of it, which is what I need. So bye-bye. M.A. Knights, who's on TikTok, he wrote a series of cutesy, cozy books. This is The Pig in the Derby Hat, which is the first of the Trussell and Gout paranormal investigations. It's tiny. It is a mere, I think it's 50 pages, 39 pages. This can stay. This was a cute little book, and support indie authors. I don't read a lot of fantasy or high fantasy. I did read all of Game of Thrones, for example. I did enjoy those books. But I don't read a lot of others, but I still have a few on my shelf, and some that I have not taken down, that I have not read in the many years that I've kept them. I'm still determined that, no, I will get into that. And this is the sequel to The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is The Wise Man's Fear. I read The Name of the Wind and I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. But I've not read the sequel. I've not been compelled to pick up the sequel. I know we're all waiting for him to continue this series. It has been time after time, and there's much feeling had about this series. Am I ever going to read this? If the new books come out, will I want to pick this up again? Do I have time for a big old saga? I am going to donate this. It's not hard to get hold of. And if I choose to go down that path again, my friends will have a copy. My friend has a copy. Yep, I'll borrow his copy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Planning. The Black Hunger, Nicholas Pullen. I did start this book. I didn't get on with it. It was fine. It wasn't for me. I DNF'd it, and I've not been compelled to pick it up again. It's not for me. It's not for you, Jen. This may seem controversial, but I think I am going to donate my copy of Bookshops and Bone Dust. I bloody loved Legends and Lattes. I will not have a word said against it. Loved it, snuggly, cozy, in a fit of pique. I think it was during lockdown I got rid of my copy of it. And I should have kept it because I love that book. I would read it again. I would dive back into it because it's cozy and it's easy. This was a sequel. It was kind of a prequel, actually, excuse me. But this was about bookshops. And it was only okay. It wasn't great. Needed more bookshop in there. It's fine, it was good, I would still recommend it to people. I'm going to donate it though. This was cute. I've kept this for a while because again, this was one of my first gifted copies I ever received when I started doing book videos. You'd Look Better as a Ghost, as a thriller. It's from the perspective of a serial killer, a female serial killer. The premise was that she has visions of people of how they'd look as a ghost before she kills them. I thought that was a really intriguing setup. It's a decent thriller. It's fine. It's fine. I enjoyed it. Didn't deliver as much promise as I thought it would. God Killer, I know, was a very popular book for a time on the BookTok, on the TikTok. I picked it up because I was very interested in anything that was doing a twist on the Greek gods. Not my jam, not my style particularly. It was a little bit more too dramatic without focusing on the drama of the Greek myths. When I got into it, could have gone in a completely different direction for all I know. Yeah. Oh, this is going to the charity shop. Mr. Magic. I read this and I hated it. I did not. It was not good, in my opinion. In my opinion, not executed well. There we go. I'm not even going to talk about it. Two over here I picked up in a charity shop. I'd heard a lot about A Flicker in the Dark. This is a thriller, and many book content creators that I follow said this is a great thriller. I started listening to the audiobook of it and I was getting frustrated. We're really focusing on the central female character's drama and just the day-to-day, her complaining, going, well, I'm being wide-eyed. It was frustrating me too quickly. I kind of want to know what happens at the end. So maybe before I drop this off at the charity shop, I will skim read it. I won't ever give a review because I've not read it properly, but I might flick to the end and go, who did it? I also picked up Blindsided by Karen Slaughter in a charity shop because I saw Karen Slaughter, I was like, oh, great. Having read Pretty Girls and not having gotten over that, the horror that was Pretty Girls, a brilliant, I think, thriller, but one of the most disturbing that I have ever read, in terms of even including horror. Pretty Girls was awful. And I picked up Blindsided and I went, why do I want to do this to myself again? Because Karen Slaughter is known for her brutal, very, very heavy thrillers. They're good, twisting thrillers. Do I want to read Blindside? Do I want to do that to myself? I don't think I do. I think I'll take it back to the charity shop. She's not hard to get hold of if I feel like I need to be broken mentally. This one, again, hard copy, new one, Riley Sager's Middle of the Night. Riley Sager I have a mixed relationship with. I loved Home Before Dark, but I've read several of his other books, and they're only okay. They're fine. They're not world-beating to me, and Middle of the Night had promise. I was sort of sold as this kind of 90s I think it is, sort of nostalgia hit of something slightly spooky natural. Spooky natural, there you go. Sort of Stranger Things vibe about a kid who disappears and young kids kind of investigating it. A lot of you have told me it's not that great. It's only okay. Do I want to dedicate my time to this when I have all of these books behind me that I feel are more my cup of tea? This can be beloved by someone else. I am doing so well. Maybe. Midway through, I've got this stack that I'm keeping, and then this teetering mess. Hang on, down there. This, all going. Now. Fucking shelves behind me. I'm gonna go with my gut as I go through it. So this video is less than 6 years. Okay, let's go. So here you will see a lot of the books, the new books that I've got that I need to take down so we can get to this shelf. So, okay, so over here we have, this is The Crimson Road and The Cold House, both by A.G. Slatter. These are new books, these are staying. A little pumpkin mug comes down. This is Black Water. This is part of the series that Michael McDowell wrote years ago, and it's just been republished. And what happens is that this is a tiny novella that people say to read. And every time I pick it up, I sing this bits of the song Black Water Side by Bonnie Light Horseman, which I think is a trad, and then I don't read it. That's all that happens. Down by Black Water Side. But I'm still going to keep it. Right, up here. Over here, starting at the hardbacks, we have Jane Harper, Exiles. Jane Harper, really good thriller writer. I loved The Dry. I liked her series of books. Am I going to read Exiles? I'm going to go... Oh, this is difficult. This was signed. This is a signed one. Keep, because she's a good thriller writer, and if I ever just want a good thriller, Jane Harper is good. I've seen a couple of reviewers recommend this as gothic. That word is tossed around quite a bit, so it's a maybe. It's a maybe. This I'm going to gift to someone. This was an advance copy I received about the gold rush, and this is told from the perspective of women in the 1898. I think this is going to be a really good piece of historical fiction. Look at the gold cover. I was sent this fairly recently. I've got a friend of mine who I think is going to really enjoy this and will probably get to it quicker than I, so this is going to be gifted. I've created a whole new category. Freak's Law. I have been meaning to read this. This is Creepy Carnival. 90s vibes, I think a lot of nostalgia in there, 97. A lot of people rave about this. Keep. I'm not doing well. Our Hideous Progeny. This is a reimagining of Frankenstein. I started it. I really like the style. Don't know why I didn't continue with it. I am going to read this. Anthology of British Horror, very kindly sent to me by Red Cape Publishing. I've got Tales of Gothic and Tales of Folk Horror. These are really nice short stories. I will keep those because I do like to have short story collections. You know what, Jane Harper? I am actually going to donate you. I've had this on my shelf for about 2 years now and I've not read it yet. Boys in the Valley, keep. I know that this is going to be creepy. It may be divisive, but it's one I want to read. Cruel Wing, Briar Press from New York sent this to me. It's got gothic overtones. I've not had a chance to sample it yet. I think it could be very good. I want to still give it a chance, so that's staying. Small Fires is described. It's got folk horror in it, but it's more literary, female rage, generational trauma. This was out in February 2025. It was a gifted copy. I'm going to donate that. Raw Blood by Catriona Ward, the only Catriona Ward book I've not read yet will keep. The Good People started it, Hannah Kent, there's no way I'm getting rid of that. Night Walking by Sarah Moss. Sarah Moss wrote Ghost Wall, which was brilliant. This is a story that I picked up. I just saw this secondhand. It is not really eerie, but she's a very good writer. I'm going to hang on to this. I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones stays. Our Share of the Night, Mariana Enriquez. So many people have raved about this. I'm saving this for, I think, November, for winter. I know I'm going to love this, but I've been saving it beyond spooky season because she's chunky. The Hunger, Alma Katsu. Again, this is going to be a winter read because this is her version of the Donner Party. I found this secondhand copy. Very excited. Oh God, I picked this up. This is O. William. I heard a reading of an excerpt of this on TV years ago, and it stayed with me for so long. So gonna keep. Lost in the Garden. This was described as dreamy, kind of hazy, weird folk horror. Loads of people have raved about it. Loads of people have said the vibes of it are incredible. I started this book. I did not vibe with it. I have been on the fence about continuing with it, but nothing has driven me to pick it up. Donate. I may come back to it, I may regret it, but for now, I'm putting it aside. All the White Spaces, Ali Wheels. I keep seeing this as a great winter horror, Arctic horror. Winter's coming up, so it stays. Sarah Waters, Affinity. I love Sarah Waters as a writer. I have not gotten through Affinity yet, but I so admire their work, I would really keep a Sarah Waters book anytime, so that stays. Real Easy does sound like a compelling story. It's told from the perspective of sex workers in a strip club. It's more dramatic, it's more drama. I think it's a very good book from the looks of it. I don't think I'm going to get to it anytime soon, so I'm going to donate it. Big book that was out last year, Butter. Serial killer story, foodie, interesting. It's going to stay. I still want to sample it. I want a little taste. Shadow Play. I don't think this is my book. I think someone lent this to me. It is the fictionalized story of Bram Stoker when he worked in a theatre in London and his relationships at the Lyceum Theatre. It sounds like a great theatrical story. I have not gotten round to it in several years that I've had this copy of this book that may not be mine. It's going to this side, either to be returned if I ever remember who gave it to me. The Girls, Emma Cline. Now this is about the Manson family. This is from the perspective of the girls. I think I will hang on to this because I love a story about a cult. I don't know the writing style. I don't know if it will be for me, but a lot of people have rated this, so it stays. Okay, that's one layer. Just to let you know, this chaos is going to stay here because I have to run out to an appointment after filming this video, which is fun. Quick rearrangement needed. So the books I'm putting up here, I am just stacking them up for now so we can get at the next layer. These are all of the new books that I've received that I definitely will be reading. I will be tidying them up, don't panic. This new collection, Daphne du Maurier, After Midnight, was sent that. Very exciting. Joe Hill. Will I ever read this? I can't not have it. Meet Me at the Surface. This was gifted. This does sound intriguing. It's not exactly folk horror, but it's got those kind of folk eeriness to it from the description. Gonna keep. There are two C.J. Tudor books on my list, on my pile here. C.J. Tudor, wonderful writer. Very much recommend their works. The Chalk Man, incredibly eerie. The Burning Girls, brilliant. I have got The Other People, not heard anything about, but again, eerie, creepy thriller. I've also got The Gathering. Now, I was listening to The Gathering on audio. This is about a place in Alaska that is populated by vampires. And then there's a murder mystery. I did struggle with it on audio a little bit, and this is why I picked up this copy from a charity shop so I could find out what happens at the end. So I am going to finish this, and then I'm going to donate it back to charity. The Other People by C.J. Tudor. I'm actually going to donate this. This is no reflection on C.J. Tudor. I just have a lot of books here, and I like to listen to her books on audio mostly. Even though I've just said that thing about the Gathering. You know what? Let's not question it. Let's just unhaul where we can. Ow, ow. Oh God, my knees. Pick this up at random. The Dinner Guest. Sounds like a good, intriguing, juicy thriller. It's described as classic crime meets Donna Tartt. Not a huge Donna Tartt fan, so for that reason I'm going to donate it. That could be an incredible thriller. Do check it out. Ooh, I've got 2 copies now of The Library at Hellebore. I got a hardback sent to me, and I also got this proof. The publisher, I think, kindly just sent me 2 copies by accident, so I will donate this one. What a brilliant book. The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I enjoy a Lucy Foley thriller. This was a charity shop pickup because I was listening to the audiobook. I was getting a little bit confused because she does multiple narratives, so we'll probably keep just to finish the story and then donate pretty quickly. Oh, people who like their magical fantasies, dark fairy tale retellings. This was out in September 2024. It's The 13th Child. It was sent to me. It's much more fantasy heavy than horror. and I think it looks amazing. The story sounds really great. I don't think I'm going to keep it because I just don't think I'm going to get around to reading it, but it does seem like a really good fairy tale, dark fairy tale twist. The Midnight King, this is a thriller about a serial killer. I think this has gotten very good reviews as a good thriller. I am going to donate it for now because I just don't think I'm going to get around to reading it. TJ Klune, The Bones Beneath My Skin. I think I'm going to keep this one because I've read one TJ Klune book. I know they're a very popular author and they can do very cozy fantasy. I've not delved into their other work yet, but I'm hopeful I could get to this. Could be a nice one for spring. I mean, I've had it for a little while, so. Triflers Need Not Apply. This is a retelling of the true crime story of Belle Sorensen. Which is a really interesting true crime tale, and someone gave this to me because they thought I'd be interested in it because of my true crime podcast. I'm going to hang on to it because it was gifted and I wouldn't mind skipping through it and to see how they handled the story. So yeah, check it out. House of Tongues. A friend gave this to me and people have raved saying it's a very good horror book. Has anyone read this? Should I? The principle of it sounds okay. I'm going to hang on to it for now. I may change my mind. Slight change of the camera angle here. Can you see me? Okay. Elizabeth Kostova wrote The Historian, which is one of my favourite gothic creepy books of all time. The Swan Thieves. I picked this up because I hadn't read any of her other work. I have never delved into it. I have never tried. I think I am going to keep it, because I haven't tried any other books by that author and I love The Historian so much. Little Red Chairs, this is kind of a thriller mystery, but literary thriller by great Irish writer, Edna O'Brien. Keep. Okay, the reason I have a copy of this book is because I grew up next to Godmersham Park. Godmersham Park is in Kent. It's down the road from here. I grew up down there. And Godmersham Park was linked to the Austen family, and Jane Austen would go there and stay there and wrote there, and it is thought she based Pembury on Godmersham Park. Huge estate, and there's a book written about a fictional tale about a young girl who goes to be the governess to a young member of the Austen family. I don't think I'm ever going to read this. Keep, gift to family members. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Rivers of London, what a great series. I was given this copy by a friend. I actually have listened to the audiobook of it, so I'm not going to keep this hard copy. I know people are big fans of it, but I don't need to keep it in a hard copy. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Brilliant, brilliant book. I think it's just a good book to keep. It's a classic. Goddess and the Thief, charity shop pickup by Essie Fox, a lovely, lovely author. I don't think I'm going to get round to this, so donate. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Not the Dark Matter that I love. This is sci-fi. People talk about how good this is, but I've no compulsion to read it because it's just outside of my genre right now, given all those books up there. Donate. Oh, this shouldn't be on the TBR. This is Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris, which stays. Sister, Maiden, Monster. Described by Christopher Golden as a hideously gory, kink-fueled feminist cosmic horror apocalypse of a novel. Apparently it's pretty out there. A lot of people rave about it. Donate. These were two books that an independent author gave me and sent to me, so I will keep hold of them for now. I am not sure I'm going to read them, but Luke Phillips sent me two of these, and to be kind, I do want to keep them, and I will delve into them and see if they are for me. Verge. This is kind of a story about witchcraft, about weirdness. This was sent to me in a bunch of books by a publisher. I don't think I'm going to get around to reading it. I think I dipped into it. I'm not sure if it was for me, so I am going to donate this. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Right. Flowers from the Void. Oh, this is interesting short story. Uncanny Tales, Gothic stories from this writer. I'm going to keep this. I think I can delve into these. Hush, My Darling. This is Lee Kenny. This is an independent horror author. I bought this at an event because I think it is a horror mystery based on a series of actual murders that took place in Ireland. I was intrigued by the premise, haven't really delved into it, but I'm keeping. Marion Keyes, again, Rachel. Marion Keyes, the great Irish writer, does really entertaining books. Rachel's Holiday, absolutely loved it, so good. And this is the sequel, and I found it again in a charity shop. So I've picked this up. I will read this at some point. This is a hard copy of The Quick and the Dead. I've got 2 copies of it that were sent to me. The paperback, did I say I was keeping that? Did I say I was, what am I? Well, I'll keep the hard copy, but donate the paperback. I don't know if that's helpful. Book Eaters, Gothic anti-fairy tale as described by some of the reviewers on here. Maybe. My gut says donate. Someone else can love it. Oh, I picked this up in a charity shop and I know I'm never going to read it, but it sounds really cool. Fear on the Phantom Special. Oh, it's about a murder mystery that is set on a steam train. Oh, on Halloween. I forgot that it was all set on Halloween. 1861. Maybe I should keep this. The reviews weren't great. but it's down to me to make my opinion. Keep until after Halloween. We'll see. Hokey pokey, look at the cover of this. This is an Art Deco kind of mystery, weird, twisty-turny novel set in 1922. I did try this book, I started it, it wasn't grabbing me, it wasn't quite for me. I sort of knew that from the off, so I think I'm going to donate this one, but very, very pretty. And 2 books in the Anno Dracula series. I love Anno Dracula, the original, Johnny Alucard, and 1000 Monsters, so these are more books in this series that I have not yet read. I think I am going to keep them because I have got a few of the Anno Dracula books up there, so for completion and because I've gotten rid of a fair amount, I think they can stay. Okay, I unhauled. Right, I should count up. I've created a hole that I can't get out of. The pile fell over. I have to somehow get out of here now. I'm trapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 49 books here. I need to put in one more for 50. I had both copies of The Quick and the Dead in there, so I'm keeping the hard copy. Okay, that was 50 books unhauled officially. Nice round number. I'm very proud of myself. I think we should all be proud of ourselves. You came with me on this journey. Well done for sticking it out. I'm pleased to do that. Right, I have to now tidy all of this up into bags that I can take down to the charity shop. The rest need to be reordered, and there's going to be a revamping of the shelves and a tidy and a clear out. So that means I'll soon be able to bring you a nice spooky bookshelf tour when I put all of my Halloween decorations up. Thanks for sticking with me on this unhauling journey. If you have strong feelings about any of the books that I have unhauled or that I have saved, please do drop them in the comments. I will be a few days before I do take these down to the charity shop, so there's still time to save ones if you feel very strongly about it. And there's still time for me to donate ones in the pile that I've kept that you think, oh God, no. This has been fun. If you would like to see more of the behind the scenes content that I do, where I'm reorganizing my bookshelves, or I'm preparing things, or I'm trying to climb out of this big pile of books, just let me know in the comments. Remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, send it to a friend if you want to show them the chaos that I live in, and stay spooky. Bye-bye.